30ാമത് മേളയുടെ പ്രത്യേകതകൾ അതിനെപ്പറ്റിയുള്ള കുറച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മളോട് പങ്കുവയ്ക്കും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് റസൂൽ പൂക്കുട്ടി അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ അക്കാഡമി ചെയർമാൻ എന്ന നിലയിലുള്ള ഈ ആദ്യത്തെ ദൗത്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് നമ്മൾ വിശദീകരിക്കും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് നമുക്ക് അദ്ദേഹവുമായിട്ട് ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ പങ്കുവയ്ക്കാം. അജയ്.
Dear friends, for the first time, IFFK and the festival management has decided to come to the capital of Delhi and organize a press meet here. This happened only because of our new chairman, Mr. Resul Pookutty. It was a suggestion to take this to a new platform, having an interaction with national, international and Malayalam media in Delhi. Of course, we are expecting some sweeping changes in the organizing of IFFK since he has taken over the reins. So this press meet, actually, you all know IFFK is one of the most popular and professionally managed film festivals in Asia. Some 13,000 odd delegates come to this festival every year. Close to 1,000 filmmakers and film and TV professionals also assemble for this festival. So we are stepping into the 30th edition, and we take this as an opportune moment to come and discuss about the festival. I invite our chairman, Dr. Resul Pookutty, to initiate the press meet.
Thank you so much, the chair of the press, and also my co-chair, Kuku, and the executive director and the secretary of the Kerala State Children's Academy, Mr. Chandrayaan. Also dear friend Sudhir, who has always been very helpful in everything that I want to do in Delhi to make it possible. Thanks all of you to come in at a short notice and be part of this press meet. I took over, the whole responsibility of being the chair of this Kerala State Children's Academy came onto me in less than a fortnight. And a lot needs to be done for a festival, and my former chairpersons have done an excellent job, exemplary job. So they have set up a missionary wherein this whole process of selecting films and catering to almost 15,000 people, film delegates and enthusiasts and officials working for this whole event. As you all know, if you are in Trivandrum during this festival time, there is an unsaid rule, most of the Sarkar offices are closed post lunch because of they all want to go to festival. So film festival for us is like the biggest cultural event. And I also, as a film professional, I also want to tell the rest of the world that Malayalam cinema today is the biggest strength that Keralites are holding. It is our super soft power, and we want to take our language, we want to take our culture, we want to take our storytelling through the cinemas of Malayalam to the rest of the world, and establish ourselves to be a reckoning force within the geographical dimension of India. So this year, historical this year, I would say, this is a 30th edition. So we have 200 odd films that have been selected. And apart from the 200 films that have been selected, we are also showcasing 30 more films. So you have 230 films this year. And we have also increased one more exhibition centers. We have 16, total 16 exhibition centers that we are showcasing. So I'm just going to take you through some of the main key points of the festival. We have a Spirit of Cinema Award, which is very unique and rare Award, which is instituted by any festivals in the world. The Spirit of Cinema Award this year, on the 30th edition, is being presented to a Canadian filmmaker. Her name is Kelly Fife Marshall. The award comprises about $500,000 and a statue and a citation. The Spirit of Cinema Award is instituted on the 26th edition of FK to honor courageous women filmmakers who used cinema as a weapon of resistance against injustice in the society. Kurdish filmmaker Lisa Kalan was the first winner, then Iranian filmmaker Mahanaz Mohammadi, then Kenyan director Wanuri Kahyu, an Indian filmmaker Payal Kapadia have been the previous recipients. And if you look at Kelly Marshall's work, her films have challenges the racial prejudices against the black community. And she won the first ever Changemaker Award in Toronto International Film Festival for her film Black Bodies, and there's a huge body of work. And also, her NGO and other short films and everything that she is doing, we thought it is very befitting for Kerala Film Festival to acknowledge her contribution to the world of cinema and her fight against prejudices. And the other highlights of the festivals that we are looking at is there are 14 feature films in the international competition section this year, and there are 12 films from Malayalam Cinema Today section, and we have 7 films from Indian Cinema Now. It's a category, it's a new category. More than 60 films will be presented in the World Cinema section, and there's a Kaleidoscope section where we are showcasing 8 films, national and international films included. Then we have a female focus, there's British cinema, there's restored classics section. So in various sections you can watch some of the most beautiful and brilliant and films. And this year also is there's a 4-film tribute of Ritika. We are celebrating the birth centenary year of Ritika, and a homemade section of our foremost thinkers and technicians of Indian Malayalam cinema, Sri Shaji and Karun and MD was there. And every year IFK celebrates one country and their cinema as the main focus of the festival. This year the country focus is on Vietnam, and it will feature 5 films commemorating the 50th anniversary of Vietnam War. A retrospective of 3 films by Hindi filmmaker Saeed Mirza is also planned, and we are expecting 13,000 delegates and 200 more film professionals and are expected as guests, and also includes filmmaker behind the selected films, officials, guests, sponsors, media representative, and it looks like in the days to come IFK is looking at hosting about 15,000 participants. It's going to be the biggest assimilation of people in a small city like Toronto. We are also planning exhibitions, adding the festival's attraction. There are 3 major exhibitions we are planning. One is the IFK Experientia, which will trace the 3 decades of festival history, and a special Ritika Centenary exhibition will be organized in collaboration with the West Bengal Department of Information and Cultural Affairs. And in addition to that, we have curated a showcase of artist Nambudri. His location sketches will be presented along with the Kerala Electrical Academy and the artist Nambudri Saman Trust. And we have other related programs like in every other festival. We are keeping an exclusive section for open forum, in conversation, meet the director, and Arundin Memorial Lecture, in addition to all other cultural programs. The cultural programs will be held at the Manavi MVT in the heart of the Toronto city. And we carry various kinds of awards. The awards will be presented on December 19th. The Suvarna Chakoram, which is the best film, carries a cash prize of 20 lakhs. And the Rajat Chakoram for the best director includes a prize of about 4 lakhs. And Rajat Chakoram for best debutant director carries a price tag of about 3 lakhs. The Orient Prize awarded to the director of the most popular film carries about 2 lakhs as the prize money. And the FFSI KR Mohan Endowment Award given to the best Indian debut director, also carrying the cash prize of 1 lakh. Apart from this, awards included by FIPRASI and NetPack will also be presented. So this is in a nutshell is what is going to happen in the IFK, and we are also holding the 3rd edition of Kerala Film Market alongside the 30th IFK from 13th to the 16th of December, organized by Kerala State Film Development Corporation in association with the Kerala State Chelsea Academy. The Kerala Film Market serves as the industry's business platform for IFK. It was launched in 2023 with a foundational focus of knowledge sharing through masterclasses, panel discussions. The market expanded in 2024 that included specialized workshops led by internationally acclaimed film professionals. This year, the market further strengthens its scope with the introduction of a project market aimed at fostering international creative and financial collaborations, and a video library that enables content creators seeking global distribution, festival entries, sales, and gap financing to showcase their work before leading producers, distributors, and festival curators and the industry experts. Approximately about 300 film professionals are expected to participate in the 3rd edition, making it a key meeting point for India's creative economy and global film industry stakeholders. So in a nutshell, I want to tell all of you, and IFK is not just a film festival. It is a cultural event. It is an emotion for us, for Malayalis who love cinema. And I invite all of you to be part of it. Come enjoy world cinema, enjoy our cinema, enjoy rest of the India cinema, and let's carry back the sense of unity that art only can unite. Thank you. Yes, and I invite my Vice Chair, Puku, to speak a few words. Thank you. Sorry for the
Hi, good evening. I think, Resul as Chairman has said everything in the whole way what it is going to happen in Kerala. This is not just a celebration we are having for the last 30 years. This is what we film people in Kerala love. And we all wonder how the content of Malayalam cinema, as he said in the beginning, is the attention, the whole national, international world is looking at the content of Malayalam cinema and say how the Malayalam cinema is getting this much of, attention and the quality and all that. All this 30 years speak. We are all educated through this kind of film festivals where people come and share and see the great works. That is how, and once you come and visit it, you will understand what passion brings to Malayalis. What are we really as film lovers, how we create and how we generate this love for cinema is through all these festivals. So he has put it together, all the things that we are doing, plus the quality comes from these kind of festivals where people want to learn, understand more about cinema. That is where this IFFK, that happens in IFFK. I'm a person who attended the first IFFK. As a viewer, I was there. Then my films were there in the following IFFK. And now I'm sitting here and I'm so proud and happy the growth as a film lover and a film professional. So this is an invitation towards everyone who loves cinema and who understand Malayalam cinema is going to bring more, revolutions in the making and in the history of cinema. So come and watch IFFK, be there, be a part of it.
I just want to add something to what Resul has said as a concluding note. Over the last many years that we have found many of the the celebrated filmmakers in the Malayalam cinema today were all IFK enthusiasts who came there and as a viewer, as an audience, as a film student, and their own cinema that the same audience have started celebrating it. So looking back at it, 30 years later, looking back at it, we realize that it's not just a festival. It is a film school in motion, in a nutshell. It's not just a festival that's showing films to, delegates. It is evolved as a platform. It is evolved as a knowledge-sharing platform, not just a festival, not just any other festival, I would say. It's actually a film school. And we are furthering that, I'm trying to reach out to many other international organizations to further the cause of IFK and make more academics bring into it. And in the following IFKs, you will see that a lot more associations from various international bodies are going to happen. And, IFK is going to be a far bigger cultural event movement than that you are going to witness on the 30th year. Thank you.
Now the floor is open for questions, and request you to confront the questions of my IFK.
This will be the opening.
What is opening floor? We haven't finalized it. Actually, the Lifetime Achievement Award and the featured jury and the chairman and those things we will in the following days, as and when we finalize, we will let the media know and people will let you know. Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask, there are a lot of people from Kerala around in the other part of the world, the Gulf countries and all over the world. So do they engage in this, the film festival? And then how do you promote, means a lot of young filmmakers are there, so how do you promote young talent?
Sir, of course, IFK is like, in a way, if you look at it, IFK is a Thrissur Puram of the film festival, films, Malayalam cinema. So people from all over, Malayalis who are living in all over the world, do come to Trivandrum during this particular time. The numbers are few, not like the Thrissur Puram numbers, but we are there, we are reaching there. So with this in mind, I was in Dubai and some of your fellow media people asked me that, do you have something, because Dubai and Middle East is a lot of Malayali population. So we are thinking of having an IFK edition in Dubai, and as we speak, Dubai Tourism has reached out to me in looking at a possible collaboration. That after this IFK, we are we'll think about it, and so we are a small state government with a very shoestring budget. So those things we have to sort of nitty-gritties we have to sort of come through, and I'm sure there are people who would I believe everything else that governs the country, when it comes to culture, cinema, exchange, are identifying our power, actually our superpower. We go beyond politics and we go beyond everything else. And artists always, whether you are on this side of the fence and that side of the fence, they all come together for a common cause. And I hope that soon I will be able to give you more news about the activities that we are planning to do internationally, not just Dubai, rest of the world. And there could be, we have to take, because the kind of attention the Malayalam cinema is garnering all across, if we are able to play it right, Malayalam cinema could be the Iranian cinema in the world, the cinema spectrum. So we have the content, we have the know-how, we have the talented people who are working in the industry, very rooted in the language and tradition and the culture, working very, very rooted, quite like the rest of the cinema. We have the potential to be the global power in terms of our cinematic expedition and exposition. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to take it further. From Trivandrum I came to capital, so now push me to elsewhere and give me all the support. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Can you just put it in context that, why this is the largest film festival in Asia? In India's context. That is number one. Number two is that you said that Vietnam is the partner country this year. Can you just elaborate?
Yeah, I mean, why it is the biggest festival in Asia. Look at the numbers, the kind of films that have been curated, and the artists within the film fraternity, and the film professionals, and the film critics all across the globe. The kind of attention and the value that they attach to IFK is, next to all the major 5 film festivals. So in that respect, qualitatively, is one of the best curated film festivals. And in terms of numbers, there's only one festival in the world where we have to close delegation because we are not able to give more passes to the delegates. 13,000, 14,000. Don't look at Cannes. The whole world goes to Cannes. If you don't look at that, the sheer number of people who's attending, and not just the sheer number, the passion with which they celebrate cinema, and the passion with which they understand the language of film, and the passion with which they celebrate. Some of the Korean filmmakers, that they are not even, that much celebrated in India. For example, some Polish filmmaker like Yancho's work is more celebrated in India and Kerala than anywhere else in the world. So identifying artists of that particular kind, different voices that are across the globe, and in celebrating them, giving them more courage and space and platform, that their art in itself is not dead. Even at the most difficult time of a life, that art can speak the truth, and IFK gives that platform. So in that respect, I feel personally as a film professional and as a person who's worked and been, I become a filmmaker and a film student because of the festivals in India and the film society movement in India. And with that thing, I can say that, the film society movement is dead. It's not there anymore, and it's like what is carrying it forward in Kerala and to a certain extent in Bengal is the Calcutta Film Festival and IFK, and regional film festival. I would say regional film festival. I don't want to name festivals because regional cinema is being the spinal cord of Indian cinema. If you look at it, the whole global map, and festival like IFK, like the IDFSK, which is the Documentary and Short Film Festival, has if a film is selected in the festival, it is qualified for the Oscars. So which means, the global filmmaking community, professionals, business, technical force, is looking at IFK as a platform. So in that respect, IFK is the most important festival in Asia. Vietnam, 50th year of Vietnam War. It is, we all know,
Excuse me, sir.
So we've taken about 6 films from Vietnam. The Tree House, Yellow Coconut Shell, Coolie Never Cries, Don't Cry Butterfly, Red Rain, and Glorious Ashes. When you see these films, I invite you to be a guest. When you see this film, why those films are celebrated and why, I don't have to explain the story of Vietnam. Their resilience, their power, and what they've shown to the world. Still standing.
Does NITC, you have NITC support the National Film Development Corporation? Do they anyway?
They, of course, see, every support doesn't have to be money.
No, not money.
They are providing us the film, the content. Whatever content that we need, they are very happily providing, and it is the large heartedness of the organization for the central government. It's also part of it. When I say about IFK, that doesn't mean that other organizations in the rest of the country is not involved. All of them are involved. Archive is involved. National Archive is involved. Other organizations are involved. It's a cultural exchange of every organization. And we are just, there is a particular community who is just dedicated through the year only for this. Identifying voices, people, cinema, bringing them. And that's been our ideal for the last many years. And in 30 years, we just organized it in the best possible way.
ഈ സീഡ് ബുക്കിങ്ങിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് ഇവിടെ ഈ സീറ്റ് ബുക്കിങ്ങിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് മുൻപ് പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ട്. ചിലപ്പോൾ പോപ്പുലർ സിനിമകളാണെങ്കിൽ ഓവർ ബുക്കിംഗ് ഉണ്ടാവും, ഡെലിഗേറ്റ്സിന് ചിലപ്പോൾ സിനിമ കാണാനുള്ള അവസരം ഉണ്ടാവില്ല, പുറത്തുനിന്ന് പാസ്സില്ലാത്തവരും അത് കയറും. ഇപ്പോൾ 2022 നൻപകൽ നേരത്തെ സമയത്തിന്റെ ആ ഒരു സമയത്തൊക്കെ നമുക്കുണ്ടായ വിഷയം ഉണ്ടാകും. ക്ലോസിംഗ് സെറിമണിയിൽ രഞ്ജിത്തിന്റെ ആ ഒരു സമയത്ത് ഓഡിയൻസ് എല്ലാം തന്നെ മൂവ് ചെയ്തു. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു അവസ്ഥ ഉണ്ടാകാതിരിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി എന്തൊക്കെ സ്റ്റെപ്പ് ഈ വർഷം എടുക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും? അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ചർച്ചകൾ നടത്തുന്നുണ്ടോ?
You explain. Ajay will be a better person to explain it because
നമ്മുടെ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു കാര്യം പരമാവധി ആളുകളെ ഈ മേളയുടെ ഭാഗമായി ഉൾക്കൊള്ളുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് 16 വേദികൾ, ഇപ്പം നമ്മളൊരു വേദി കൂടെ അഡീഷണലായി ഒരു തിയേറ്റർ കൂടി, ഒരു 400 സീറ്റുള്ള തിയേറ്റർ കൂടി നമ്മൾ ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തും. നമുക്ക് എക്സ്പാൻഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയുന്ന തരത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ പോവുകയും അതേ ഘട്ടത്തിൽ തന്നെ ഈ ഫെസ്റ്റിവലിനെ അപ്രോച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. നമ്മുടെ ഫെസ്റ്റിവലിന്റെ രജിസ്ട്രേഷൻ തുടങ്ങി ആദ്യ ദിവസം തന്നെ നമ്മൾ 5000 ഡെലിഗേറ്റ്സ് ആണ് രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്തത്. നമുക്ക് മാക്സിമം പോകാൻ കഴിയുക 12,000 എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ഫിഗറിൽ അവിടെ നിർത്താനാണ് നമ്മൾ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നത്. എന്നാൽ പരമാവധി ആളുകളെ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളുന്നതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടാണ്. പിന്നെ ഈ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലുള്ള ചില ഇൻസിഡൻസ്, ഒരു സിനിമ ചിലപ്പോൾ ഡ്രൈവ് ചെയ്യുന്ന പ്രേക്ഷകരുടെ എണ്ണം കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും. ഇപ്പോൾ നൻപകൽ നേരത്ത് മയക്കം ടാഗോർ നമ്മുടെ തിയേറ്ററിലാണ്. അവിടെ 905 സീറ്റ്സ് ആണ് അവിടെ ഉള്ളത്. ആ 905 സീറ്റിലേക്ക് നേരത്തെ റിസർവ് ചെയ്തവർ കൂടാതെ ക്യൂ നിന്ന് കയറാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുന്ന ആളുകളുടെ എണ്ണം ഏതാണ്ട് അതും അതിനപ്പുറത്തേക്ക് പോകുന്ന ഘട്ടത്തിലാണ് നമുക്ക് മാനേജ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിനപ്പുറത്തേക്ക് പോകുന്നത്. അപ്പോഴെല്ലാം വളരെ ജനാധിപത്യപരമായി ഉൾക്കൊണ്ടു പോകുന്ന ഒരു ഫെസ്റ്റിവലാണ് നമ്മൾ പരമാവധി അങ്ങനെയാണ് ശ്രമിക്കുന്നത്. കൂടുതൽ സീറ്റുകൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു പരിശ്രമം നമ്മൾ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. തുടർ വർഷങ്ങളിലും ഒരുപക്ഷെ മോർ സ്ക്രീൻസ് വിൽ ബി ആഡഡ് ടു ദ ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ. അത് മാത്രമാണ് നമുക്ക് ഇതിനകത്ത് പരിഹാരമുള്ളത്. പിന്നെ നമ്മളൊരു നേരത്തെ ഇവിടെ ചെയർമാൻ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ തന്നെ നമ്മളൊരു ജനറേഷൻ ചേഞ്ച് നമ്മൾ വിസിബിൾ ആണ്. ഒരുപാട് സ്റ്റുഡൻസ്, യങ്സ്റ്റേഴ്സ് നമ്മുടെ ഒരു മേളയിലേക്ക് കടന്നു വരുന്നുണ്ട്. അവരുടെ ഫിലിം എഡ്യൂക്കേഷന്റെ ഒക്കെ ഭാഗമായി കടന്നു വരുന്ന ഒരുപാട് ആളുകളുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഫിലിം ആൻഡ് TV പ്രൊഫഷണൽസിൽ മാത്രമായി രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യുന്ന 1000-ഓളം ആളുകളുണ്ട്. ഫിലിം അസോസിയേറ്റ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. ഫിലിം സൊസൈറ്റി മൂവ്മെന്റിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി അങ്ങനെ വിവിധ കാറ്റഗറികളിലായി ഇത്തരത്തിൽ നമ്മുടെ മേളയെ അപ്രോച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്ന എല്ലാവരെയും ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാനാണ് യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ IFFK പരിശ്രമിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. 70% നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ റിസർവേഷനും ബാക്കി 30% ആളുകൾക്ക് ക്യൂ നിന്ന് അവരുടെ ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള സിനിമ കാണുന്ന തരത്തിലാണ് നമ്മൾ ക്രമീകരണങ്ങൾ ഏർപ്പെടുത്തിയത്.
Sir, you look at Malayalam cinema in the last 10 years. That is the biggest, the most sought after cinema. Sir, the most sought after cinema today in India is Malayalam cinema. The most sought after Indian language film across the globe today is Malayalam cinema. You know that? No, wait. Let me explain to it because. Sir, we have created generation of filmmakers, younger filmmakers. See, the Malayalam cinema today that you are talking about are not the films made by BALAKRISHNAN or Aravindan or John Abraham of that generation or TV Chandran of that generation. We are talking about people below 30 years of age or below 40 years of age who are making masterful cinema today. That's been celebrated, not just in a festival audience gathering. It is celebrated in the cinemas of Kerala. It's celebrated in the cinemas of rest of India. In platforms. Most sought after films of today are platforms. People, the rest of India actually identified the potential of Malayalam cinema during the COVID period. And post-COVID, what has happened to Hindi cinema. Hindi cinema storytelling is, people have sort of rejected them. Most of it is. We had like 15% of success rate in Hindi cinema pre-COVID. We have less than 3% success rate in today. Today is still better, And it is South Indian cinema that is, came forth like a storm to Indian cinema. And within that, Malayalam cinema is standing tall because of its content, because the way people are ready to experiment, where story takes precedence than an actor's aura or image, you know. So that is because sensitization of the audience. That has happened only because of that we made our audience, our film lovers, familiar to the global cinema. So a filmmaker's job is also not to make good films, but also sensitize their audience for better cinema viewing culture, you know. And let me tell you a small example. When me and Rahman won the Oscar, somebody asked us, so what is the big deal about your Oscars? Rahman said one very important thing, which I still remember. He said, look at Indian cinema in the next 10 years. It's going to be the golden period of Indian cinema. And those words have come true. When I look back, in a decade and a half, you know, the regional cinema has like thrived.
Why I ask this question? Because not keeping in mind all the actors, the technicians, academically also the film must have achieved so many other things. That's the reason I ask.
Sir, you know, in an artistic endeavor, you can't pinpoint milestones. Like bridges are made, roads are made, this infrastructure is made. We can't pinpoint like that. We have to look over a decade and what happened to storytelling and what happened to acceptance, how the language has changed, how it has evolved, you know, how globally relevant we are, our stories, and you know, our audiences have become, you know, our cinema has become. That's how we measure it. It cannot be measured. Education cannot be measured in those terms. What is the landmark achievement of IFK in the last 30 years? Is that it has nurtured, developed, enriched a certain section of filmmakers from Kerala, which is thriving today. Thriving. Sir, I actually have, it's actually wrong because I have not done a single Malayalam film before my Oscar. I did my first Malayalam film after my Oscar, for which I won the national award. My first national award. So, I've been nurtured by FDI and Hindi film industry. You know, the things that I could do, the ideas that I had as a young filmmaker, film student, I could only experiment in Hindi. Because, see, I also came out in a very decisive time of Indian cinema. From analog to digital shift. Satellite television coming into India. I was the cusp of things, you know, many revolutionary movement. And in today I can see that my generation, my younger generation is also going to at the cusp of changes, especially technology changing. You know, generative AI is one of the biggest challenges creative industry is facing today. We are looking at 45% of job losses within the industry because of the advancement of artificial intelligence within the system. So now, what is the role of IFK in a place like this? We have to educate our younger generations about, you know, generative AIs and its possibilities and how can we change our storytelling or make it more, you know, productive without fearing technology. You know? So IFK's role is much more elaborate. You know, it's much more elaborate than a classroom, than a film institution. That's why I said it's a film school in motion. Yes, sir.
Regarding the world, you have the world cinema also in this IFK.
Yes, sir.
What are the movies that you are bringing in, like from and which areas, and what are the focus if you are bringing from world cinema?
Sir, every year we have a country focus, and this year the country focus is Vietnam, sir. Vietnam. That's because of the 50th year of Vietnam War's celebration. And we have, like I said, how many films in the international competition? We have some 64 films, sir. 14 international films in competition. And we are showcasing another, I think, almost over 60 films, I think. We just look through it, the numbers.
So World Cinema, we have all in all 60 films, hand-picked films also, which have been not entered to our festival. This World Cinema or International Cinema, which we have a separate committee to select films into the international segment. Apart from that, we handpick films which got good reviews at various international film festivals. We have festival favorites section which has been through for the last 5 years. Then you have the Latin American package. We have a Latin American package. Then we have a segment female gaze, female filmmakers moving from different parts of the world. World cinema, I told you, we have 60 different films. And then you have LTA films. This year, like the chairman said, we have some 30 films. All those films which won at the previous edition, Suvarna Chagwaram films, and representation of LTA, Lifetime Achievement Award winners of previous editions also are added this year to the 30th edition. So world cinema actually is a backbone of IFF.
Some Palestinian entries are also there.
See, actually it was supposed to be announced because as chairman has suggested, we have a special package coming this year also as a solidarity to Palestine.
The female session, like last time, we have the same female section is there, but the names of the movies and the number will be, it's in the process of adding and finalizing. So that will be shared with you as soon as we finish within this week.
Basically, we have curators from, we reach out to curators all across the globe, advising us, identifying. See, there are a lot of festival favorites. Cannes, Toronto, Venice, Busan. There are a lot of festival favorites. We also want to give, in the following year, one of my idea is also to find, young directors and technologically innovative films, to include in the world cinema section. Certain percentage I want to bring it out, to demarcate it to young filmmakers, new voices, unheard voices from the rest of the world. So we are identifying. So that's what happens. We always sitting and thinking and trying to figure out what is that we can give to our audience, which is not seen by anybody else. It may be from some other innate corner of the world. But there will be things that is very, very interesting for us to invite.
You told the IFFK is like a film school, but the passes to students are very much limited. Are you trying to improve more passes for students?
I think IFK has more than 3,000 students coming, and that is quite a lot. When I was watching IFI, for example, there were only films from students from FTI and SRFTI, and SRFTI just began in my time. So there were students' participation was very, very little, compared to IFK. It's like colleges are shut during that period in Kerala, and also we have associations with other. See, we are all the more welcoming people to come and experience IFK and Kerala. We are with open arms.
So
And
in case,
we will, yes, sir. Yes,
so,
ma'am.
sorry, so in case somebody is not able to travel to Kerala, which is probably beautiful, but would you show some of the movies maybe also here in the Kerala house or somewhere in Delhi?
What we have done in the previous years is that, even forget about somebody from Delhi coming. There are people who can't come from Calicut to Trivandrum, and watch films. So maybe Wayanad, which is complete further north of Kerala. So we hold small editions of IFK in those small cities through the year. That's what I'm coming to. So we are going to people instead of people coming to us. Of course, this is a big celebration, this particular time of the year, where the festival official dates. But during the unofficial dates, we are having, I think we held 5 small IFK festivals in the last 1 year in small cities. That included Calicut, Wayanad, other parts of Kerala where people can't come and travel, all that. Now again, reaching out to the other cities. Now it's a function of financials, functions of permissions, and various other aspects. We can think about it. But every city today in India has their own festival. Bangalore has its festival, Chennai has its own festival, Delhi has festival, Calcutta has festival, Dugarpur has festival, Nainital has its own festival, Ladakh has its own festival. So there are a lot of festivals within each one of them is trying to do. Even in Kerala there are three more festivals. There are Thrissur International Film Festival. So I do not know if it is a good idea to have like a small IFK, miniature version of IFK in other cities. I would rather take best 10 Malayalam cinema of last year to Delhi or other parts of India or other parts of the world. That would be, that is what is going to increase benefit my industry, benefit my Malayalam fraternity. I would rather do that than making rest of India showcases international cinema. That's what IFI should be doing. We are a small state with meager budgets. We understand you. We want to do it, provided we have the world view about it. That includes financial strength.
So can I add up, why can't you have an online stream with Saji?
Sir, why can't I is a big question. Now, the films that get selected, it comes with its own copyright issues, its own distribution codes, And if you look at it, all over the world, there are thousands of online festivals. And serious filmmakers will never send their festival to online festivals, in today's time. So I do not think, as a film professional, having an online edition of IFK is something that would cater to serious filmmakers. And I do not think that films are to be watched in a mobile phone or at your convenience. And the beauty of understanding and enjoying cinema is that you make an appointment, you dedicate your time, you go sit in a dark room and see the biggest image. It is the image that you see and hear is what is going to change you. And cinema, I don't think cinema viewing should be taken so lightly as at your convenience. So I am not in favor of an online edition of IFK, to be very frank.
So one thing, because IFK has carved its niche as a film festival in the last 30 years, but considering your exposure and experience on the global platform, what are the best practices that you feel Kerala Film Festival can bring into, considering your global stature and exposure to various film festivals, top-notch film festivals in the world? What are the best practices you feel is lacking and can be brought into the Kerala Festival?
Sir, the government body that organizes the festival is called Kerala State Chalachitra Academy. What we are missing out is the academics in the whole thing. That doesn't mean that we are going to start academic institutions. No, that is a separate thing. But there can be dialogue about practices, about innovations, about language, and allied art, for example. Cinema is a combination of many art, architecture, painting, music, many allied arts, weaving. So there could be more dialogues about understanding erosion of tradition in the aftermath of technological innovations, and how can we use technology as a tool to preserve our tradition. So those are the dialogues that we need to have. When I say academics, I am saying more of such conversations and practices and exposure of the younger filmmakers and generations have to happen in the film festival. In the following editions, you will see that more and more. I just came in, The festival is already on. Whether I am there or not there, the festival will happen because that's how it is to be structured. More on that is only later editions you will see, and I want to make it into a more, I want the academy to stand for the word academy, and looking at global tie-ups towards achieving that. So maybe in the following editions you will know. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the question.
This year, the IFI, when you were talking about IFI, so the secretary INB had mentioned that IFI, I think more than about 20 schools, from all over India. That's not only FTTI, there are other schools as well who are part. So they were getting them to Goa for engrossing engagement.
Yes, sir. 3 years ago, I think 3 years ago, I was part of the jury of IFI, where we have identified 70 artists, 70 students who made 70 films within a short span of time, and we identified and we celebrated students, and we brought all of them from the rest of India. IFI is doing, because IFI is a big organization, and it's central government is much wider. They have to cater to whole of the country and various languages, industries, and segregate and bring them all of them on the playground. IFI has a much larger responsibility and workforce and will to do. We are only a regional language. Within that framework, we are trying to do our best. No, sir. Documentary. We have a separate documentary film festival, documentary and short film festival, FSK, which is held in the month of August. Because it was getting too crowded, and documentaries and short films needed a separate attention. That we have segregated it, and that's a separate festival altogether now, which is quite a remarkable achievement. And it's an Oscar-worthy festival now. It is ratified by the Academy to be qualifying festival, one of the qualifying festivals.
If our questions are over, we can conclude the session. Anybody? Sorry. Okay, then on behalf of KUWJ and the Delhi Media Fraternity, let me express my gratitude to Resul Pookutty and Kuku Parameshwaran and also to Ajoy Chandran for choosing Delhi for the IFFK announcement for the first time, I think. And also thanks to the media friends for coming, for participating in this event in short notice. And lastly, our arranged TNs, thanks. Please join.
Thank you to all of you. Please come to Trivandrum, enjoy the festival, spread the word around, all of you, and thank you.